everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I make these Excel spreadsheets, or these Google Sheets, like analysis stuff. It's not really too complicated, so I think, but it's effective in my opinion, so it gets the job done. It doesn't need to be super fancy, you know. I also do just want to quickly shout out my other channel that I kind of started. We basically just analyze companies, like one video we analyze all gaming stocks and stuff. And I use this, I've been using basically this Excel sheet in every single analysis video, so if you want to see it more in action, I will have a link down below to the channel. I kind of just started the channel and I'm not going to shout it out too much because it's not ASMR, but it is stock related, so maybe some of you will enjoy it. But hey, I don't want to be annoying and shout out like every single thing I do on the internet, but I would appreciate it if some people checked it out. But anyway, I'm not gonna show this. Actually, I could show this, but we'll get to that later. Let's do a chart first. I'm actually gonna start a new page. So, I mean, the first thing I do is I'm actually just gonna copy and paste this because it's the same information, and I only have one hand right now anyway. So paste. So I mean, I highlighted a little bit, so I'll go over here, you know, you can highlight whatever. I guess I'll just do that. Pew, and I'll get rid of this. So, you know, if you want the columns and stuff, you know, click this. We want all borders. I wanted this a little bit different shade of color. But yeah, you guys know how to do this, but what you're really looking for is the numbers and stuff, the formulas. So, let's see the easiest way to do this. Let's say, let's go like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then operating margin 3, 2, 1. So I can give a bad number, 2.5. Oh, whoops. That we gotta do up more. Okay, so click on the cell, click the equal sign. Now I want operating income. Click the divided by, click on this cell, revenue, enter. That's gonna give us, you know, operating or margin of 0.75. Now I can just click this thing, drag it, and it's gonna just autofill everything. But I want a percentage too, so click this little percent over here. And honestly, I don't really care about the decimals, so let's just move this over to decrease the decimals. So boom, there we got one thingamabobber. Revenue growth is actually the same thing, but it's a different formula. So just do that equals, whoops, no, sorry, revenue growth. I want to see year over year how much is the increasing revenue yet. So we're going to do initial, or the newest value minus the older value. I forgot the parentheses, so let's scan over. I guess I have to click in the thing. Control this, get that parenthesis in, and divide it by, click on the initial. So we're going to do this minus this divided by the initial will give us the percentage increase. Then we can just drag that over here. Obviously we're not going to get one for this because there's no value over here. Just delete it and turn that into percentage. And just get rid of some decimals because I don't really care. You know, net income is going to be the same. You put some net income, then you put the margin here. So you're going to do whatever this is divided by the revenue because that's what the equation stands for. I think the free cash flow though, yeah, let's say they make like 10, like 7, 6, 3, you know. It's gonna be the same thing, the growth, so, or the same equation as the revenue growth, because again, that's just the equation. The initial value minus this value, close parentheses, divided by the other value. And then, oops, drag that over, boom, percentage. We can keep a little bit of that. So that's how you do that. Is there what else did I have? So yeah, these numbers, the current ratio, debt to equity, PE, I just put them in manually. Market cap, I put in manually. I mean, the debt to equity, technically you don't have to put in manually, right? So if we go down to like Moderna, this will be, oops. Go down to Moderna. Sorry. All that stuff's pretty outdated anyway, but I could do really any equation equation. What's debt to equity, right? Debt to equity is just the debt divided by the equity. So I can just literally take, let's see, how do I want to do this? I mean, technically we could do it down here. Let's do debt to equity. So we take the, where's debt? I want that value divided by the equity, total equity. And then click enter. And this gives us our debt to equity. Get rid of these zeros. And then I could actually just, can drag it over, and then those are my equity values. Double click on this, and you can see these cells that it actually highlights. So yeah, but you don't need. But sometimes where was I? I don't want it. Oh, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, like that equity up here. Sometimes I don't want all the values, and I want the most recent quarter of the balance sheet. So I'll just get it that way. The free, oh yeah, we could do that. Free cash flow multiple. So you take all the, double click and just some other cell. We click equals, and I already have the average here because I guess I didn't use it earlier. But a average, just type it down, scroll down, click enter. There we got the average. Then now we highlight the rows with the left mouse click. Control 0 closes the parentheses. I don't even think you need to. Yeah, just click enter. So this is a free cash flow. Let's say the market cap of this company. Let's see, realistic, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, would be 4, 3. Let's say it's like 10. I think that'd be a little high. Or that's actually probably low. Just whatever market cap this is, realistically, probably 20 in this type of market. So let's actually make this smaller. I like when it's a little more aesthetic, not that small. And this, let's put this number, equals this number. Then let's just do times 20. So 130. I just put up here times 20 just to know it's visible to everybody. Click this up here. Click this up here. Just want to move it over so it looks nice. So a times 20 multiple on this cash flow would give a market cap of 130. I just said it was 20. Let's do a more realistic thing. Let's say it's like 150, right? Yeah. So market cap. Desired market cap. You can highlight this stuff too. I don't know. Do whatever you want, but it's whatever you want, So how I do the proportion stuff, I mean, again, it's, let's see, a better example, like up here, how I do this, all this is just a proportion, so it's, let's say market cap, and then I'll do share price, So we have three knowns and one unknown. So we could even do market, or just do equals this number up here. That's the market cap of this. Let's say the share price is $200. Let's just do some weird number, 75. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. $75. Let's just put a dollar sign so it looks a little bit cooler. Now this we could do equals this. This is the market cap that we wanted at. Just click that. Make sure all things are in the same units. We'll just say this is billions, this is US dollars, obviously. Then here we have an unknown X value, but we can find that. So we'll do equals. Now the proportion, so this number gets multiplied by this. That gets there. Or I guess easier way to do this, or just to illustrate it, it's the same thing actually. We're not gonna be dumb here. So this number times this number, so do this times this. You need that little star thing, and that divided by this number. That gives us a share price of $65, so that's what we wanted at. You can highlight it, do whatever you want, It's a little too dark for me. $65, that's 75. Now, they had the share price we have to manipulate, but let's say that this changes to like 70, right? I mean, obviously, the share price would change too, but this number shouldn't. But I'm just showing that if you change around some stuff, we already have it linked to different parts of the spreadsheet. So let's say we wanted like a 25 multiple. We go in here, let's change it to 25. Say, oh, okay, it's 16 or 162 billion market cap. We could buy for $81 based on this free cash flow and the multiple we're slapping on it. So that's one thing. I do want to show you guys how I do the conditional formatting. Where's it here? It is through here. So click on this. Can we right click it? Yeah. Right click on whatever conditional formatting. Now over here on the right side, it's going to show some stuff. So for the PE, I have. This is kind of like a more like copy paste thing because it's harder to explain. But I want a custom for. Alright, so there's a lot of applied ranges because I have a lot of things, but for the most part, easy way to explain it is from C26. So I'm using these right here, C26 to J26. All that means is this right here. Oops, oh no, this range right here is where we're using that formatting. And then I want a custom format, and if or equals, these dollar signs make it so it doesn't shift like I think that's the row. One's the row, one's the column, but I think this is actually the column, no, a row. And we want the minimum value in that range. So look in between this range and then find the minimum value, and then we want to highlight it in this color. So that's what I did, and then you can see, boom, it does highlight it in the lowest color. And then I tried to make it so cell, if any cell is empty, just make it no color, you know. So you can even go down to like the cash flow growth. I have kind of the opposite. We have the same ranges and stuff, but just different values for the range, you know, because it's got to be a little different. Actually, let's see a little error here. C9 to J. Why is that like that? C9 to J. It's whatever. It still works. So if it's less than or equal to 0, because if the free cash flow is not growing or negative, that's bad. Just highlight it in red. So that's that, number 2. Here we even have like profit margin. I think it's the same thing, less than or equal to 0. There's a lot of things you can do to, make it all fancy, but it's not really needed half the time. I just think though for like video purposes and stuff, it would look kind of like more aesthetic. This number I just manually put in. I just highlighted it, so it's nothing too fancy. See, like you see this, I don't get why this isn't empty. I have if any of these cells in this entire range. Let's see. I guess we have a lot of stuff, but I thought I had this entire range is empty. Make it empty or make it white. But I think it has something to do with in here. It's reading it all weird. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could do with the conditional formatting. But yeah, just, if you add a rule, make sure you have the right range here. The range is all weird. Let's say I want to do it's like all these numbers. You gotta click OK, then you gotta, make sure your range is right. How do we cancel that? Okay, cancel that's fine. Yeah, you can get fancy with it, but it's, I don't know. Stop talking about that for now, because it's not like super important. So I guess, yeah, how do you get the numbers? I mean, I've just been going to like Yahoo Finance. There's, really any other website. As long as you get, the revenue and just some other numbers, you can manipulate it in some way. So yeah, like revenue growth. So 3-year annual and 3-year annual free cash flow growth. I don't have it in here, but let's see if I can do this. Basically, I guess I'll go down to here. If I wanted to know the 3-year cash flow growth, I would basically take, 2017 to 2020. It depends how you look at it. Is this 1, 2, 3, or is it 1, 2, 3? It really depends how you look at it. I've just been doing as much information as possible. So 1, 2, 3. Take all these. So this number. So actually, we can actually do it. This number minus this number. I forgot to do it again. It's the same formula as a percentage increase, then divided by this. So, I mean, this is a huge number, but not huge, but then we gotta put a percentage on that. So from 2017 to now, Papa had a 143% increase in free cash flow growth. So that would be the 3-year growth for that. I guess one thing to mention too is if I were to just highlight all this and, paste it somewhere else, copy it, Control C. We got a lot of stuff. Alright, I'm not gonna do that. You can just copy and paste this, and it would keep. It should keep all the percentages and stuff. So if you wanted to delete it, you just highlight it, delete, and then that would automatically, delete the formulas. But just don't delete that because then you gotta retype it in. Or it doesn't take long, but yeah, just some shortcuts. Yeah, I think that's really it. I'm pretty old school, not old school. I'm pretty simplistic. I just want to get the information I need. I mean, if I was making a computer software or something, yeah, I'd be more precise and stuff. But as long as I get some estimate or some numbers that I'm looking for, I don't really care. So yeah, this free cash flow equation is really basic too. There's probably some other ways that you can input an equation to take into account this increase in growth, but I think a smarter thing is just to say, you know what, a 25 multiple, yeah, I think it looks light, but they're growing a lot stronger, their margins are increasing. Let's slap a 30 or 28 multiple. I feel like just using that type of common sense or whatever is a lot more than trying to figure out some perfect equation that's going to evaluate the company, That's just my take on it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap the video up. There isn't too much else really to say. All these are just, you could just color code it by going in the corner, Yeah, it's just simple equations. We're either adding, which is just equals sum, or we're taking an average, or we're doing a percent increase, which is just basic addition and subtraction. There's obviously a lot of things you can do in this platform or Microsoft Excel, but I think the good question to ask is it needed, So, anywho, yeah, I'll leave that channel down below. We do a lot of analysis and stuff on just companies. I use these Excel spreadsheets more. I think I would like to do more ASMR videos, analysis videos, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm being annoying, spamming people, or I don't know if it would be annoying, or I'm not sure how much content you guys actually want. But actually, maybe I'll do a poll today. I'm kind of curious, because realistically, I could probably do a video or 4 videos a week, maybe. But it's I don't want to be that guy, at least on the other channel, I'm just gonna spam videos. But this channel, I feel like it's more vibey, and I don't want to kill the vibe by being annoying. But yeah, anyway, maybe I'm overthinking. But let me know if you guys thought this was kind of useful. I'm sorry if it was kind of a letdown because it just seems really simple and simplistic. But again, if it gets the job done, what does it matter? So anyway, I just want to make sure I got everything that I wanted. Yeah, I mean, real quick, I do have this, but this I forgot where I got this from. I think StockRow. Downloaded the Excel stuff and looked at all those numbers, tried to dissect it, but it's do I need all this to make some investment decision? It's no. So I'm kind of deleting some of these because it just isn't needed. Oh, I don't know if anyone's still watching, but if you want to know how to do that alternating color thing, alternating colors, format alternating colors, and then click one and boom, it's spicy. And if you want to clear all the formatting, let's say I delete this, no one's probably watching, delete that. Here, clear formatting, boom, good as new. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully I showed you something, and hopefully do some cool analysis on your stats.